Building a competitive Vanguard deck is expensive, but not necessarily difficult. With TCG Player, Facebook groups, and trading, you could get any card you want with just a click. I decided to do this the hard way. Starting with just one start deck and a budget of $60 per episode, I'll try to build a competitive deck entirely from sealed product. No trades, no singles, no shortcuts. The ultimate goal? Take this deck all the way to Vanguard's biggest event of the year, the Bushiroad Championship Series. Welcome to Sealed Only Vanguard. Alright, card fighters, now that we've seen what this start deck could do, it's now finally time to expand our palette. We've seen what this deck could do and realized one thing immediately. This deck needs more defense. Because Sealed Only Vanguard is not about just ripping packs and trying to get lucky, it's about also optimizing the deck for competitive play, as we say in the intro to the Bushiroad Championship Series. Good thing, Stoicheia has one sealed product that is $60 exactly that helps solve our defense problem and gives us some cards to expand even our deck list in the future. Enter the Lianorn Master Deckset. Alright, to decrease a bunch of randoms so we could just focus on some key cards for our Stoicheia deck, I decided to spend the $60 for this episode on the Master Deckset for Lianorn. This deck has a lot of cool cards and gives some cards to where if we even want to pivot to the Lianorn strategy, we could do so with ease. I have no clue how to say her name, Urara Hanayama, I think so. But this comes with Elementaria Sanctitude, 3 Perfect Guards, the new PGs that allow you to guard with if you only have one card in hand, and cards such as Friendly Broccoli, which is played in some deck lists for Estacion that we see online. I've been dying to open this set. I actually got this before the Estacion deck came out, so I've been holding on to this for a while and it's just been sitting in my room because I was actually planning this series way longer than y'all think. But that being said, I can't wait to open it. Let's pop the top. Oh, this is cool. I know this is like that character triple rare pack, which comes with one of the triggers, I think. So maybe we could add that to our deck. All right, this will be nice to keep all the cards that we pull in. All right, so let's see what this is. Since the suspense will kill everybody. If it's the crit, I think that card's a lot. Wow, okay. This is gonna go straight into our deck. So this deck is a fully playable Lianorn deck that gives you a place to start, especially if you're a newer player and you have a bit more money. I recommend these as well to really get started. So you get the entire Lianorn ride line, really good. This is not the one from the starter deck, I believe. Yeah, this is the one from the booster set, so it's a reprint. Energy generator. So Vivace is actually a really broken piece to have. If we want to pivot to a Lianorn strategy going forward, this is actually the main Vanguard that I would hope we use. So you ride it, it's in Unison Dress, and then when it attacks in the Unison Dress state, stand all your rear guards, boost the Vanguard with it basically, and then counterblast 1, choose 3 units, stand them, and then this unit gets +5, and they get plus 5k and drive -1, so you can stand your front row for 6 attacks in a turn. Then we have Resonance Dragon. I think it's not that useful personally, just because it is counterblast heavy and you want to have other cards. 3 Friendly Broccoli. This card's definitely going in our deck. If you have a token unit on your rear, you counterblast 1, draw. So just another break-even card for this deck and help you get deeper and deeper into your deck. And if you have a token unit on your rear guard, it gets 5k power, 5k shield, so more defense. And if you notice in episode 1, we struggled with defense. 4 of this Trumpet guy, really good for Lianorn, but not our deck. 4 Luster Impact, this card's nuts. 3 Alentis, this card's also really good in the Lianorn deck. 4 Parcea. And then 4 of, I think, one of the most broken card in Vanguard. I've gone on record saying this. Rosarium Fairy. So when it's placed on rearguard circle, retire another rearguard, and you get 2 plant tokens. And then when it attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Granfia or Lianorn, and your opponent's Vanguard's rated 3 or greater, you can choose one of your back row rearguards, and it gets the same power of that unit. So including the boost that you would give with it, you could target like your Luster Impact, which is already like 15k, essentially making it a 30k booster, 38k minimum. It's just so good. And then in finishing plays, I've seen this card get upwards of 100k really easily. And if we go to that Lianorn strategy, wink wink, I really think this will be a great combo piece to have already. And then 3 of some of the cards that we're chasing, the Perfect Guards, Custodial Dragon. This card's really good. I'm really glad we have it already. 4 more crits, thank God, and 4 heals. So we're definitely going to increase the crit count to 8, and I like these heals art more than the other ones. And then we have this Regalis piece. So this one's really cool. Sound of Wave. Choose a unit being attacked, it gets plus 15,000 until the end of that battle, and then choose one of your opponent's units until the end of turn. It gets minus 5k, and if it persona mode, it gets minus 10. So it essentially blocks 2 attacks with 1 card. I actually really like this card. Maybe it's something we could explore in the future. Elementaria Sanctitude. This, of course, is another competitive staple for most Vanguard decks. Blocks all triple drive and essentially acts as another Sentinel, and then more, because we can't have more than enough plant tokens. These are all the cards that we're going to power up our Estacion deck with today. So let's get our deck out and then make those changes. All right, so here's our deck. Changes should be pretty simple. Our plant tokens are going straight into our pile of ride decks and whatnot. A few of these are cuttable. This is staying the same. I do like these a little bit right now, but these are cuttable. Definitely need another mushrooms, but Philander and that will stay the same. These are first to go. These are staying. Token generation. Ghost Chase is cuttable. And I see a lot of decks playing fronts, so I want to keep the fronts in for now. And heals. But we could also put in our character crit. That's cool. I personally think Ghost Chase is useless, but because this one's hollow and it looks okay, I'm gonna keep one and then cut one for a broccoli. And then because this could be a brick sometimes and it's less shield, I'm gonna take out 1 Winter Dragon. And then I don't know, I just feel like rushing such a big part of the game plan that I think cutting another Winter Dragon would not be a bad idea. Now that we've made the changes to our deck, here's the updated list that we're going to be playing with. Super clean, super cut, and I can't wait to show you guys how this deck plays. And now, I'm excited to announce what we're doing for episode 3. We talk a lot about adaptation, continuously evolving, making better Vanguard content over time, and as somebody who's been Vanguard tubing for almost 10 years now, I promise you nothing has been done what I'm about to tell y'all. I'm shifting the series over to you. We're shifting this to Sealed Only Vanguard in the hands of the fans. So, starting from this video, you're going to be able to vote on key elements of this deck for me going forward. As a returning player to Standard, I know I'm going to need some help. So, with your votes, you're going to be able to cast key deck changes, tech choices, all the way down to what triggers we're going to play. Some examples include the foundation that we said in the last 2 episodes. Are we going to play Estacion? Are we going to play Lianorn? Or do we play some draws in our trigger lineup? Or do we just stick with fronts? All of this is going to be handed over to you. And I won't know, because I won't have any say in this unless you guys vote for it. And I'm really excited to see what you guys pick to help me get to all the way to a BCS later this year. Now, for the second twist that I'm introducing. A big part of Vanguard is the die roll. Now, in order to give ourselves a chance to get the cards that we want without spending way too much money on sealed product, I'm introducing what's called Shot in the Dark. Shot in the Dark is essentially a 1 in 6 chance to get a card that we want. So, how it works is we're going to roll a die, and then we're going to have a stack of numbers. In order to win the Shot in the Dark, we have to roll the same number on the die and pull the same number from the bag in order to make sure that we get the card that we want. Now, what card would we get? This is answered by we only get 1 singular card of our choice. Not a playset, not anything. Just 1 singular card bypassing the sealed only rule. I'm going to use this to help build my deck and gives us an advantage. So it becomes a question of what do I need versus what do I want versus what will make this deck better in the moment. Now with all that out of the way, let's get to the match.
Meteor has the
Good luck.
You too.
Oh.
10 in there. Great question.
I'll start out.
Stand up. So for today's Vanguard match, we're up against James. James is a regular on this channel and he's using Undercover. We, as of this game, have a 1-2 record against him across all my videos. And so I'm excited to take care of business, hopefully, against a deck that we don't see very often as we play our upgraded Estacion. After James won the die roll and chose to go first, I rode my grade 1 Estacion and immediately tried to push damage with the grade 1 dragon to make a plant token. This takes him to 2 damage before it takes a turn to him. Then on his turn, he immediately launches a counter rush, which I was unable to defend, putting me at 3 damage on just turn 2. I didn't view this as a bad thing though in hindsight, since we're a rush deck, and locking him out of healing might not be a bad thing after we get a chance to fight back, which is exactly what we do. Once we ride our grade 2, we make the blast token, search the order, and start generating advantage. Using the order, we grab another grade 2, then use the token skill to put 2 rearguards into soul and draw a card. We then make a board using the auto dragon to call a token and a booster before launching 3 fully powered attacks. He guards one with twin cast and then takes one, which brings him to 3 damage after my turn 2. On his grade 3 turn, he rides the Mordalian grade 3 before using this turn to generate advantage and get 4 highly powered attacks at our Vanguard. We guard his Vanguard attack, he gets a heal trigger and a critical trigger on his drive check, which makes his rearguards more threatening. Yet with all that, we get a defensive trigger and are able to successfully guard, and only take 1 damage, making the game 4-3 heading into our grade 3 ride. On our first grade 3 Estacion turn, we use this as a time to stabilize. Immediately we play the grade 1 dragon to make a plant token, then use Estacion's skill to add a card to our hand and charge up our blast token, giving us 8 units underneath. This also gives 10k power to our front row. Keeping that 8 was so important to me because even after we used the Vanguard skill, we could keep the plus 10k to our front row when we attack. Speaking of, we played from our drop zone the Autumn Dragon to get a booster, and then the grade 2 that gains 5k before we attack. He guards both rearguard swings before no guarding our Vanguard swing, and with momentum on our side and a shot at his Vanguard, we pull a critical trigger. This takes him to 5 damage, but his damage checks included 2 damage triggers, putting us out of attack range and to try and win the game. Then on James' turn, although he doesn't get Persona right, he sets up his field and on his Vanguard swing, we perfect guard his Vanguard, then this happens.
Let's see, do we hit it? We hit it.
Oh, that's still really good. Front and over trigger. Man, isn't that oppressive. And even though we had 2 PGs in our hand and twin cast, the numbers were too large to deal with, so we unfortunately dropped this game. Putting us at 0-2 on Sealed Only Vanguard. Alright, Vanguard fighters, we saw that match with James, and we saw how I got cooked defensively, and how we still need some newer cards to upgrade this deck. So, I'm introducing the first new twist for this series. It's called Shot in the Dark. So, Shot in the Dark. How it works is I have a 1 in 6 chance to get one singular card of my choice from TCG Player or wherever I want. Not a playset, one singular card. I get it by rolling a die, landing it on something, and then drawing from a bag the exact same number as the card that I rolled. A 1 in 6 chance to get the card that I want. Not a playset, one card, just for my team. Alright, so it's going to go in this bag. Keeping me honest is James.
Yep.
All that's going through my head at this moment is how I need the Shot in the Dark to hit. This is an Alvina. This is a Stoicheia Ace unit. This is essentially what we need to kickstart Lianorn or go deeper into Estacion. Alright. We roll. 6! My favorite number.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And even though I made this twist, you best believe I was excited to hopefully pull what I want. Alright. I have my choice.
No?
You wanna count me down?
3, 2, 1.